Alrighty, I'm going to go over my INTC trade. I am in this one still, so I'm just going to let it ride. So looking at it, I have the 10 EMA, 20 EMA on here. We can see that earnings, it got crushed, closed down 26%. As you can see, it's just been kind of chopping sideways in this consolidation zone. We can see that this day here did indeed make a higher high on August 28th. Wasn't able to take out those lows. So it's kind of accumulating, consolidating here. What intrigued me is I'm going to unhide all my drawings here. We can see this big old gap down, gap fill. I don't know, potentially, we'll see. This kind of position here is being built. Now we do still have overall supply above us. Most of the volume, if it'll load here, is still up here, right? So this hasn't fully been cleaned out just yet. However, supply in the short term, if that is indeed drying up, it's going to search and rotate upward to find this supply up here. So we'll see how much of a gap fill, if a gap fill, that we have. Either way, that's kind of the idea behind the trade. All these little white lines are my intraday stuff. I'll show you here in a second. This green line here is indeed anchored VWAP from the earnings. So it's collecting everybody post earnings and pre-market, and price did indeed close over that with this increase in volume on this day. So if you go and look at the 30-minute, we can see kind of this consolidation here, breaks out, kind of falls back in this zone close to retesting that, and it breaks out and it's starting to look like it's pushing away again. Now, one thing that I really wanted to happen on Friday in order for me to be confident, not in order for me to enter because I entered before I did it, was to close above this high, which is that yellow line there. We can see we indeed did. So going into my entry of the day, I'm pretty sure there was some news on INTC. I don't trade the news, but it's helpful to kind of help gauge sentiment and things. So looking Friday, we got a nice gap up of, however, from this 20 to 21, somewhere around there, wasn't able to fill this on this just kind of selling control, look like selling back down to VWAP here. Okay. And wasn't able to fill it, right? And so we had an initial move up, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, failed to take out that high. Then it just started to slowly sell off in a controlled manner. It sold to VWAP, under VWAP, chop, 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 get some people short here, okay, fails to go lower. So goes above, right? Just more chop, breaks that low, fails to continue lower. This level around here holds, right? And then it goes right back up. Now, this level here, this white line is what I was looking, that 2178, where it was struggling for that wick and that wick and that wick. That was an important level for me. So once it broke that, I was like, oh, okay, well, this is kind of acting as a higher high, kind of looks like a reverse head and shoulders. Things just, it's above VWAP, right? So things just looked like it was turning around. This is an anchor VWAP from the low, so it's respecting that, okay? And I think I had an anchor VWAP from the high as well. Yeah, and so when it broke above that, anchor VWAP from the high too. So buyers are in control from the low, from the bottom, and all day. So the sellers that may have gotten caught up trying to short this, they're now underwater and they're kind of feeling some heat, feeling some pressure. So it broke this level. I actually had an order in at 2172, trying for it, or maybe it was 75, something like that, at this level, waiting for a pullback to come and get me. However, I kind of got wrapped up in emotions and I did chase it, to be quite frank with you. Entered at 2188. Oh, there it is, 2188. And look what happened. Yeah, of course, I could have had a few cents better, but whatever. So it came back, retested the VWAP from the high, retested the VWAP from this low, retested the daily VWAP, and then within the last 10 minutes of the day, we get the big old volume burst, and it had a nice little push, and it did indeed close above that yellow line there for the high of day. So, or from that high of August 2nd. So I was kind of looking for that. Ideally, this continues to trend upwards. I mean, we have a potential 10, 20 EMA crossing here, potential. So I'm not a EMA, MA crosser trader, but I know there are those that are out there. So this might attract them. There might not be enough supply to press price down, so it might go up for a gap fill. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, and I will just manage it on the 30-minute time frame.